So one thing that I see guys doing too often that makes things go sideways when you're dating a girl is texting too much. I used to be guilty of this myself too, but I realized after a few times when texting a girl too much, when things went sideways when I was talking to her, that texting too much can definitely kill the attraction. I've learned over the years that the way you should look at texting is you're only using it as a tool to set the next date, right? You can't build attraction or really get to know somebody through text. You want to use text to set up that next date so you can get together and get to know them as a person. With texting, in my mind, less is more. If you're sitting there chit chatting and texting all day long with the girl you're talking to, you're either going to say something that comes across wrong, that's going to rub her the wrong way and turn her off to you, or she's just going to get bored with you because you're telling her your whole life story through text and there's nothing exciting about that, or there's nothing she's looking forward to seeing you in person and learning about you because you already told her everything through text. A lot of times with texting, I see that guys just try to get too cute. They try to say something funny or try to crack a joke through a text. And through text, it's really hard to kind of joke with someone or kind of see their body language and seeing how they're receiving the joke, right? So I really highly advise against trying to be cute or try to crack jokes through text. Texting, just keep it short, keep it sweet. Just use text as to set the next date. Yeah, so we've all been there, right? You got this really hot girl's number. You start texting her, you're texting back and forth, you're super responsive, you're cracking jokes, everything's going great. You're sitting there chit chatting with her all day, every day, back and forth text for a few days. All of a sudden, her responses start to get a little bit slower and slower and slower. So your responses start to get your text to her start to crank up because you kind of sense that she's fading, and it goes downhill, right? The more she starts, the less and less she starts texting you, the more and more you start texting her because you think you got to do some type of action to get her back into you or start texting. Uh, I know we've all been there before, but that's the textbook texting way too much. She lost attraction. You told her your whole life story over text for 3 days, for over a few days. There's no mystery there. What is she? What else does she have to figure out about you? Nothing, because you told her everything through text. Another big mistake that I see guys making with text is, let's say you got a date set for this Saturday at such and such restaurant at 7 o'clock, right? And it's a few days before the date. You set the date in advance. Come the day, Saturday, you haven't talked to her since you set the date, and then you reach out to her just to check, just to make sure the date's still on, right? You don't have to do this, right? It just shows that you're unsure. You're not sure that she's going to show up at the restaurant and meet you for the date. You're showing her your insecurity. Just show up there, right? I find half the times if you don't text, if you have to have a date set and you don't text, they'll reach out to you and say, "Hey, are we still on?" You just say, "Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm planning on meeting you at the restaurant at 7. Looking forward to it. I'll see you then." So the moral of the story, guys, is don't text too much. Texting less is more. I've learned this over the years. Huge help for me in my dating life back when I was in the date game. And if you practice less texting, it will greatly, greatly help you in your dating life as well. That's all I got for this one, guys. I appreciate the time. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.